Hey guys, today we're going to read a story called Grumpy Monkey, and Miss Hendry's going to use her story sticks to talk about setting, character, and main idea. This is Grumpy Monkey by Suzanne Lang. One wonderful day, Jim Pansy woke to discover that nothing was right. The sun was too bright, the sky was too blue, and the bananas were too sweet. All right, so who do we have here? We have a character. It said his name was Jim Pansy. This is one of our characters. Very good. All right, and then what is wrong with him? It says that the sun was too bright, the sky was too blue, and the bananas were too sweet. Uh-oh. Let's keep reading. Jim was confused. What's going on? Maybe you're grumpy, suggested Norman from next door. I'm not grumpy, Jim insisted. All right, so we have another who. Who is this? Okay, so we know Jim Pansy, but we also have another character named Norman. He is his neighbor. All right, and so what did Norman call how Jim was feeling? What did he call it? Grumpy. Uh-oh. Grumpy. So let's see. On his walk, he met Marabou. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Marabou. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Marabou. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. But look at how you're standing, Marabou said. It's true, said Norman. You're all hunched. So Jim loosened up. All right, so we have another who. This is the Marabou. All right. And then we also have what? So Norman, what did Norman do? What did Norman say to the Marabou about Jim? That he was grumpy. Good. And so why did Marabou agree and say that he did look grumpy? What was he saying? He was standing. He said, look how you're standing. You look like you're grumpy. You're all hunched. And so what did Monkey do? Did Jim do? Said he loosened up. Good. All right, let's keep reading. Then he ran into Lemur. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Lemur. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Lemur. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Your eyebrows look grumpy, said Lemur. It's true, said Norman. They're all bunched up. So Jim raised his eyebrows. All right, we have another who. So what animal came into the picture here? This is another character. Lemur. Good. All right, and so it says that Jim looked grumpy. Lemur said he did too. Why did he say that Jim looked grumpy? Because his eyebrows were all bunched up. And so what did Jim do to fix this? He tried to do what? Raise his eyebrows. All right, let's keep going. All right, then he tripped over Snake. Oh no, said Norman, that's the last thing you need when you're feeling so grumpy. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Then why that frown, said Snake. I think it's because he tripped over you, Norman whispered to Snake. Jim put on a smile. All right, and so we have another who. This is Snake. All right, and so Snake thought that Jim also looked grumpy. And why did he think that? Because he had a frown. He looked sad. And so, how did Jim try to fix it? Look at him in this picture. He put on a smile. Good. Let's keep reading. Finally, Jim looked happy. He's loose, his eyebrows are raised, and he's got a smile on, but he didn't feel happy inside. Everyone wanted Jim to enjoy this wonderful day. You should sing with us, said the birds. Jim didn't feel like singing. You should swing with us, said the monkeys. Jim didn't feel like swinging. So, how are they trying to cheer him up? By asking him to do things with them like singing and swinging. And so, did that help? No. All right, keep going. You should roll with us, said the zebras. Jim didn't feel like rolling. You should stroll with us, said the peacocks. Jim didn't feel like strolling. You should lie in the grass. You should stomp your feet. So still they're trying to cheer him up. You should take a bath and make a splash. You should hug someone. You should laugh. You should take a nap. You should eat old meat, ugh, or some honey. You should jump up and down. You should sit in the sun. You should dance. All right. And so, why do you think his friends are trying to tell him to do these certain things? Like the hippo said to take a bath, the vulture said to eat old meat. Why are they telling him to do these specific things? I think it's because they're things that they like to do. They're things that make them happy. So let's see what happens. But Jim didn't feel like doing any of that. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked the others. It's such a wonderful day. I'm not grumpy, shouted Jim as he beat his chest. Uh-oh. So what happened? Jim got very angry. Why? Because they kept telling him different things to do and they weren't working. And he didn't want to do those things. Why? Because he was grumpy. So let's see what happened. Oh no. And he stormed off. Mm. Ooh, I think he's very grumpy now. Oh, Jim felt sorry. A little sorry for shouting at everyone, but mostly sorry for himself. I guess I am grumpy, Jim sighed, and just as he was starting to feel really sad, so why was he sitting alone sad? Because he had yelled at everyone. Sad, sad. He came upon Norman. Norman was slumped, his eyebrows were bunched up, and he was frowning. What's the matter? Are you grumpy? Asked Jim. All right, and so what has happened? Grumpy Monkey came across his friend Norman, who had been trying to help him. All right, and so why did he think he was grumpy? How? How did he think he was grumpy? Because he looked at his face and he saw his eyebrows and his frown and he slumped. All right, so let's see why he's grumpy. No, I danced with Porcupine, said Norman. Uh-oh. So he's hurt. Are you okay? Asked Jim. It hurts, but I'll probably feel better soon enough, said Norman. Are you still grumpy? Yeah, said Jim. But I'll probably feel better soon. For now, I need to be grumpy. It's a wonderful day to be grumpy, said Norman. Jim agreed. And he already felt a little bit better. So, how did they make each other feel a little bit better? Oh, that was the wrong card. How? Sorry. They made each other feel a little bit better by being there for one another. All right. So now let's look at our story elements. All right, let's go back through it. So our book was Grumpy Monkey. Miss Hendry used our story cards to walk us through the story. I'm sorry. So let's look at the characters. The characters were Grumpy Monkey, Norman, and all of the animal friends. Also, we had the setting was in the jungle. How do we know it was in the jungle? Because there are leaves, trees, lots of animals. I think this was in the jungle. All right, and so the main idea. First of all, what was our biggest problem? Who was not happy? Jim. He was grumpy. So that was our main problem. And so all the animals, the main way that they tried to fix this was all of the animals tried to help him. They tried to tell him things to do to make him not so grumpy. But what happened in the end? He got really, really upset and he yelled at them. But then when Grumpy Monkey was all by himself, he found Norman sitting there very grumpy. And he asked him if he was okay. And Norman was a little grumpy. Why? Because what happened to him? He got a bobo. He got porcupine things stuck in his hiney. Ugh. But then in the end, how did they solve the problem? They were grumpy together. So really, they made each other feel better by just being each other's friend and by sitting together while they were both sad. So it kind of made them both feel like they weren't so alone. All right, friends, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. Bye, guys.